Hello, friends, and welcome to Pathologic Volume 5, Episode 30. We are in the midst of solving bonus puzzles now here at the tail end of our volume. And today we are going all the way back to the first video of this volume, the first episode, where we did a castle wall. So jump back there and watch that if you haven't yet, so that you know what we're going to be faced with today. A slightly more challenging variant of that, I'm sure, lies in store for us. If you need a reminder of what we're about to head into, you can just stick around as we take a look at the rules. The rules of Castle Wall are: draw a non-intersecting loop through the centers of some cells. This is a standard loop instruction. It means we're going to be traveling vertically and horizontally through the grid, and the loop will never cross itself. It will never branch off or do anything else like that. Simple loop, but it does not have to touch every open cell in the grid. The loop may not enter outlined cells or cells containing clues. Clues here are the numbers and arrows. White cells with outlines must lie inside the loop, while black cells with outlines must lie outside the loop. Gray cells may either be inside or outside the loop. You can see that in the example solution. Doesn't matter with the gray cells, but this black cell is completely outside where the loop ended up, and the white cell is enclosed by the loop. A number represents the sum of the lengths of the loop segments in the indicated direction. And this can be a little tricky, so there's a little note here about what the length is. We're not counting the number of cells, we're counting the number of cell widths that the line extends. So this right here, you might think of that as a 3, depending on how we're counting, but we're counting it as a 2. So it's 1 to go that far and 1 to go that far. So another way of saying that is how many times does the loop cross a cell border. So this 2 says it's going to cross it 2 times. The 1 clue, even though there are 3 cells here with a loop in them, there's only 1 cell length that travels in that direction between here and the border. It's this one right here. Those are the rules of Castle Wall. So it's time to solve a puzzle. Today's Castle Wall was set by Tyrgannus. White clues need to be inside the loop and black clues need to be outside the loop. I'm going to start with that to go over a little lemma that I think we discovered when doing the previous one, and that is that if a white region and a black region are separated by only 1 cell, the loop must pass through that cell, because otherwise they would not be on opposite sides. So I can draw a line through there. I can do the same thing here, and I know which way it's going to have to turn in both of these cases as well, because if this doesn't turn left, then there's going to be a gap here where this black and this white region are going to be on the same side of the fence, and the 2 armies can't see each other, I guess. So this loop is going to have to go west, and this loop is going to have to go east. And because the white outlines must be inside the loop, we've got to ring around the outside of it here. And I think this is going to be the more productive place to go. I can do the same opposite logic here. This can't turn west because then that would put the black region inside, and the nope, I got that backwards. Excuse me. White cells with outlines have to be inside. No, I got that. I got it right. Okay. Just got myself confused for a second. White cells must be inside the loop. Black cells must be outside the loop. So I can't go west here, or this one would be inside. Okay. So this has to go east. All right. that is a good start. I can continue here with just loop logic even before we start thinking about the numbers, because we need this loop to continue without closing prematurely. So we get that much just from doing that. And great. So the numbers here, the 2 is already done, and then it's grayed out for us. We've crossed 2 boundaries. How much is 6 in this grid? I didn't count the size of the grid. It looks like it's a 10 by 10, and we only have lost out 2 segments of the 9 we'll have in a 10 by 10 grid. So there should be just a little bit of slop left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's one extra space here, which is a bummer because we don't know what it is, but we know it wouldn't be full because otherwise this loop end wouldn't be able to get out at all. Okay, so we're going to have exactly one break point in this column, and that's going to be where this loop segment over here sneaks in. But we don't know where that happens yet. We do know that there are no vertical segments anywhere in this entire column, so I can mark X's throughout. And I know the loop won't come in here. So what does that do to this 4 clue? We would have 1, 2, 3, 4 more possibilities and 1 already there. So this also is nearly full, but not quite. Not enough to make a snap deduction on that. We do know that this loop has to keep going, though, and actually that's going to go a little ways because it's got to go through that tunnel, and we know it doesn't loop around the top. So it goes down here, can't go into this dead end, goes down at least to there. Whether it goes outside or inside there is undefined so far. This one clue, though, I think we can do because it's not here. If it were here, it would have to turn on this side and it would hit these X's. And if it was here, it would have to turn and hit these X's. So those are both out. So the 1 is actually that one. This now with loop logic can go at least that far, and this has to turn north. Oh, is this 2 done? I think it is, isn't it? With this one and that one. So we can actually mark X's on the others. Yeah. Okay, so this, that was harder for me to see for some reason. This loop segment can't keep going. It's got to turn north and go at least that far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still in the same situation there. This can't turn east because then it would close this loop early. So it goes west. So we're linked up on the west side of the grid. I don't think any white or black regions are in danger now of being on the wrong side of the loop. I don't see any more work that is going to do for us. The 2 clue here is done with these 2. Let's mark X these off so that grays itself out. But what does that mean? It's going to be this 4, 3, 3. These are all going to be useful. I think we probably have to think about this 6 clue and the reasoning we already had, that only one of these, let's double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, only one of these can be missed out. It can't be either of these, because if it were, the line would come into this cell and have to turn and wouldn't be able to. So both of these are part of the loop. which is nice and all. That tells me something about this 2 clue though, because I can't draw lines in both across both this border and this border, or we have an intersection. So it could be up to one of them, and it's going to be one of them because we need 2 out of these 3. So it's not both of these, so it's definitely this one. And then either this or this. How could we tell? If this is, I'm seeing something, but it feels a little bit more, probably not the intended path because it feels a little trickier. But because I've been thinking about this 6 clue, if this line were to go west, I think that breaks the puzzle, because this endpoint would then have to also go west, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 vertical segments, not the 6 we need, because this would be broken and this would be broken. Those would be breakpoints, not broken in the other sense that we use that. So anyway, it is broken if we do that. So this can't go west. There's probably a better avenue than that to follow, but that's the one that I'm seeing. So this goes north, and that will tell us what this 2 does, because we have this one and we need one more, and it's not this anymore. So it's that. This has to continue. This has to come south. And now the 6 is defined because this is the segment it does not cross. It's going to cross the rest of them in this column. The 3 needs 2 more. It's after this one. So it's these 2. And then this has to come south. We need 3 more. We've got 1. 1, 2, 3 possibilities, but it can't be both of these because then we'd have an intersection. So it is this one for sure. And this loop has to come around here and not close early. So now we have this 3 done. And the only clue left is this 4. We've got 1, 2 accounted for, and only 2 candidates left. So those are both part of the loop. And all we have to do is come down here and close it. And that is how you solve a castle wall.